Yo, what's up, guys? Back for this Tuesday slate. Have a 10-game slate for tonight. Picks from Monday's video were really good, especially Tim Beckham and Malik Smith. That's some low-owned options. Here are the lineup that I gave out to my subscribers. You can join us if you want to. Hit the link in the description or go to dfsprocess.net. Also get a full article where I break down the slates and give my players that I like. And you also get access to the Slack chat. So a lot of good things. Going to go back to $50 for today, so you can hit that up if you want to. Let's get on to the slate, though. We have 10 games. Before we get started, please like and subscribe. Try to get over 100 likes, and let's get right into it. So first pitching option that I like is going to be Blake Snell at 9,500. A lot of good pitching options today, as a lot of teams are back to their top guy. But I think Blake Snell is the best option because his price tag is very appealing. He has a ton of upside. He's $2,000 cheaper than Verlander and Scherzer, and he does have the same upside. At home, he was absolutely magnificent last year, damn near untouchable at home, just a 1.27 ERA. Go with a 0.87 whip. The Colorado Rockies are very bad outside of Coors. Even though they do have some guys that hit lefties well, they also do have some guys that don't hit lefties well. And Blake Snell is just really solid. He's one of the best pitchers in the league. After he didn't have a very good start against the Astros, I think he's going to really bounce back here in a decent matchup against the Rockies that do strike out a lot. Second pitcher that I like is going to be Zach Greinke. He's 7,600. He is just really cheap for a guy that does have a bunch of upside. He hasn't been awesome over the last season, but he did have some decent games. His price tag is just very cheap, though. He does work deep into games most of the time. He's averaging about a strikeout per inning. The Padres do strike out a lot, and the matchup is good. The ballpark is very good in Petco. Looking at last season where he was priced above $10,000, $9,000, you're getting him over $2,000 saving at least from his last season's price. And I'm expecting him to bounce back after he got roughed up by the Dodgers. On to the bats we go, where I'm definitely going to stack up Toronto. Going to stack Seattle again. Going to stack Houston. In that order, probably, just based on the prices and based on the totals. I like Justin Smoke at 4,200. My first guy, he's been one of the few guys on the Blue Jays that has been consistent for pretty much the whole year. He had an amazing spring. He has a bunch of power, especially against righties. Andrew Kashner is terrible. He gives up a ton of home runs. Justin Smoke is hitting in Toronto, which is a decent park for hitting. And the matchup is really good. He has a high Vegas total, which, obviously I don't always look at Vegas, but they are an indication of like which direction to go. You can use them as, if you want to fade some of the chalk guys, if you want to go with some of the chalk guys. They are just, they're right most of the time. They're going to be wrong a lot of the time too, because it's sports, it's unpredictable. But I think Justin Smoke is a really good play here at first base. Next up, I'm going to go with Tim Beckham again, just because he's been absolutely crushing the baseball. He's too cheap for a guy that's been hitting the ball this well. In baseball, you got to go with the hot hitters. You don't want to pick a guy that's like 0 for 13 or 0 for 15. You want to go with the guy that's been hitting almost 500 to start the season. He's been crushing the baseball, has not been striking out so much this year. He has power. Best of all, nobody really plays him because he hits near the bottom of the order. But who cares if nobody plays him? You get him at lower ownership. You're getting more leverage on the field. Give me Tim Beckham at 3,600. Going to continue rolling with him because he has been crushing it for me. Going to go with Domingo Santana, hitting number 3 on the batting order for Seattle. He has a ton of pop. He already has 3 home runs on the year. He might have a 4th by the time this game is done. He is hitting the ball really well, just like Tim Beckham, really high for average, has been leading the team in RBIs. So I definitely like him against Trevor Cahill, who's going to be on the decline soon, who's just an average pitcher, and against a team that's been really good to start the year. The offense has been exploding. Going to continue going with guys from this team. And then I'm going to go with Randal Grichuk, just because he is a streaky hitter. He got off to a terrible start to the season after he had an incredible spring. But last night he showed some signs of life after David Heskop pulled. He had a home run, and then he had a very long double in the 9th. So he's a streaky guy. That means he's probably going to go on a little bit of a hot streak, I would expect, for the next couple games. So I would definitely jump on him right now. He's priced up a bit, but he's facing Andrew Kashner, a guy that is going to give up a ton of power to righties, does not strike righties out at all. He had an under 10% K rate to righties last season. So Grichuk is going to put the ball in play, and I think he's going to hit it a long way in this one. So those are the picks that I like. Thanks for watching. You can get the link in the description to get on board with the website, and good luck tonight.